Welcome to episode 239 of the All the Book Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library. We talk book news, author news, and literary news. I'm Eric Mickles.
I'm Nick Gunning.
And we're not talking about anything else other than those book things because Nick just doesn't want to have any conversations.
Do you remember last week when you kept saying audio awards?
Yes.
And then you were like, no, I mean audio awards. No, I mean audio awards. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing it up because today we can talk about the audio awards. So I didn't want you to get confused.
Oh, no.
I didn't want you to get confused.
All right.
Let's get into this.
Eh.
Did we already introduce ourselves?
Yeah. I said I'm Eric Mickles.
I'm Nick Gunning.
You've already done it. Jeez.
Sorry. Do you want to just dive right into Bookmark? Anything else you want to talk about first?
Chris Evans.
Okay.
Funny guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
you say that, but I
If
mean,
you think Chris Evans is funny, please call in.
He was funny.
We're now accepting calls for Chris Evans being funny.
I quote Chris Evans from Scott Pilgrim when he's like, "That's actually hilarious." I do that one all the
He's
time.
a funny guy.
I guess I don't think of him as I wouldn't think like, "Oh, what a funny guy that Chris Evans is."
His original like shtick was being like the funny kind of jerk schmarmy guy.
Yeah, I guess that's
and
true.
then he became Captain
You're
America.
right. Fantastic Four. You know,
Yeah.
it's been a long time since I saw those movies.
All right. Well, and the other movies he's been in where he's been. I mean, you just saw Knives Out. That was like old Chris Evans in a new movie.
Was he funny in that?
He was like a jerk.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Please, again, just call in. We are now accepting calls.
I would like to know if you consider Chris Evans to be a funny actor. SoundCloud.com/allthebooks or All the Book Show over on Twitter. Let us know.
Yeah.
What a weird question, but I
guess.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's just jump into the old bookmark mini coupe. Just jump into the mini coupe.
This is better than the bookmark hot tub that we had
We're
last
driving
time,
to the hot
so-
tub.
Oh, darn it.
What have I been reading? Yeah, you keep asking me. Our current process is not indicative of me reading a lot right now, so I'm really having to stretch what I consider a bookmark these days.
Okay.
But so the point is, I'm still reading Altered Carbon, and it's
Okay.
not my fault, and it's not as bad as it
We
sounds.
are recording multiple episodes quickly together. So in Eric's defense.
This is also a long book. It's like 500 pages.
Yeah.
Very small print. I'm having to learn new words.
That's where they get you with that print.
Yeah.
You didn't know what carbon meant?
I didn't know what carbon meant, or altered,
Huh.
or bat.
Huh. Okay.
Sometimes they say,
Well,
hey, pass the salt, and I'm like, salt?
What's that?
Salt.
That's really informative. I'm glad you're having that experience.
Anyway, I'm still liking the book.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to watch the show.
Okay. Seen any good movies or TV shows or anything? What are you watching right now?
Over the weekend, I watched MLS.
Soccer.
Major League Soccer.
Okay.
Because I got ESPN Plus. So I just watched a whole bunch of
Yes.
soccer. I watched the New England Revolutions, which are my team now, lose. So that was to Montreal.
Sorry to hear that.
That was a bummer. And we were in Montreal. So we
Ah.
traveled to Canada.
to lose.
We lost. And
Pretty
it was
bad.
rough because like we should have had a goal, but it hit the post. And then we should have had another goal, and it just it was just so open, and he just kicked it off into the. It was like he thought one of the attendees was the goal.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to kick it right at that guy.
I guess so.
Your team, you decided you're rooting for the Sounders.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you
Yeah.
won.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm really happy about it.
Yeah.
You got to get me, if you want me to get into this, you got to get me swag. That's all
I
I'm
gotta get
saying.
you swag,
You
yeah.
want me to give me like a hoodie that says Seattle Sounders?
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
If
Hey,
you
I
want
was
to
about
learn
to
more
say-
about soccer, you can go back to episode 197, where my old college buddy Chris Casali joined us to talk all about the many, many soccer books that he's read.
Yeah. I was about to say.
Yes.
I think that was it. ESPN Plus comes with MLS, Major
Okay,
League Soccer.
sure.
But also doing that podcast. I was like, you know what? I'm just doing it.
Chris
I'm just
Casali
getting-
is the one
I'm
who
just
got
getting
you-
into
wow.
soccer. Doing that
Wow.
episode. I was just
Okay.
like, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I still can't. I mean, he said he read over 50 soccer books.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You've read a lot of
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
You're right.
Congratulations.
You're right.
Also-
Who am I to judge?
I read Rogue's ongoing series called Rogue.
Okay.
Because she had a mini-series
Yeah.
in 95.
Right, as
And
I
then in like
recall.
2004, she had an ongoing series, but it only lasted for 12 issues. Because surprise, surprise, most X-Men characters are not solo characters.
Yes.
Anyways, I'll read a Rogue comic, though. Though I hadn't until now. So I guess I
I
don't...
did like that 2-volume Cyclops series. Did you ever read that?
Yeah.
Did you like
I
it?
talked about it on this podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry. But I don't remember every book you've ever read.
Really?
Did you like it?
Most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Anyways, this comic from 2004, this Rogue 12-issue series from 2004, if you're interested, isn't that great? So, and the art in the second half, it's like somebody like...
Oh, yeah, you shared that tweet, and
Right?
it was horrifying.
It's like the person was drawing Rogue from a description somebody gave of him of seeing their child draw Rogue on a napkin. It was It was brutal. It looked like, anyway. We learn about her past.
Okay.
I always forget that Rogue had like a mysterious past. I wouldn't say it was mysterious.
Right, that's true.
We just didn't know.
Didn't know a ton.
And it wasn't like we were like, but what's her real name? It's Anne Marie.
What do you think of the rumors about Captain Marvel 2 possibly introducing some X-Men and possibly it being Rogue?
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any meat to that, or you think
I don't know, but I mean, be the way to go. If I was into Captain Marvel,
yeah,
I wouldn't want that because then like Captain Marvel loses her powers.
Right.
I don't know. And also, wouldn't you rather see what Captain Marvel was doing after the end of that first movie?
Yeah.
Where she was like going off, spoiler,
maybe.
For Captain Marvel 2019, she goes off to space. Wouldn't you rather see that? It's weird. It's
probably.
Anyway.
Episode 186, Spotlight on Captain Marvel. If you want more about that, you can go back.
I've seen some rumors that Wolverine might be in it. He has a connection to Carol Danvers and Rogue and whatnot. I don't know. I'm interested, but also worried because it's not like Marvel cares about the X-Men at all in any capacity.
But we do. Go back to episode 198. All right.
That's it.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, I haven't seen any new movies.
Nothing?
No.
Okay.
I can't think of one.
I've
been watching Picard.
I saw a new movie last night called Olympic Dreams. Have you heard of this?
No.
I heard Nick Kroll on the Daily Show talking about this movie, and it was all filmed in the Olympic Village in Korea, and it's basically just like two actors and a cameraman doing this. My wife and I watched it last night, and we loved it. It was such an interesting, cool movie. It's just Nick Kroll plays a dentist who volunteers to like live and work in the Olympic Village during the course of the Olympics so that he can help people's teeth.
Right.
And Alexei Pappas, who is actually a former Olympian, plays an Olympian who's competing, and they sort of strike up a friendship that goes a little romantic, but they have crazy chemistry. And it is just one of the most pleasant movies I think I've ever seen. Like we just sort of sat there just like, this is so nice, you know? It was really good. It wasn't like, you see Nick Kroll and you assume it's like a certain kind of humor. I wouldn't really call it a comedy. Like it's more drama, I guess. I mean, just a romantic. But I really liked it. I don't know if you would like it. Maybe.
I like About a Boy.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, that's Olympic Dreams. It's brand new. It just came out, but it's streaming now. And go find it and watch it because I loved it. As for books, let's see. What have I been into? Well, I read The Queens of France by Thornton Wilder. So my brother was recently in the show, and I missed it, but I wanted to find out more about the show.
It was a blizzard.
It was like a whiteout blizzard. But anyway, it's a fun play. It's about this guy who's basically his whole thing is just convincing people that they are actually royalty. And he's like bilking them out of their money and has been doing it for a very, very long time, as you see as the play progresses.
Didn't a woman just get arrested and go to court for doing the exact same thing?
Maybe.
Maybe a New York socialite?
Maybe she was a big Thornton Wilder fan.
Maybe.
But anyway, it's a fun script. I really like that. The big one that people always say, Our Town, Thornton Wilder's Our Town, which I feel the same way. I cannot stand that play. But I really loved the novel Theophilus North.
I would rather watch a bunch of 40-year-old middle-aged people play Annie than see Our Town performed by anybody ever again.
Look,
I'd rather see a 50-year-old woman whose kids are off at college and don't call playing Annie than I would rather see anybody
that is a hard
in Our Town.
When you think about it. Yeah, so I don't like that. But I did like Queens of France. And as far as his novels go, Theophilus North, which we talked about on a Hidden Gem episode a long time ago, I really like quite a bit. So anyway, read that. I read Revenge of the Sith by Matthew Stover. Talked a little bit about this in the past. It's a very unusual, it's the most unusual Star Wars book I've ever read. And that it's got this distance. The narrator sort of takes a distance from it and is very there's a lot of segments that are this is what it feels like to be Anakin Skywalker. This is where his power transcends, and it's written in that style, which doesn't really seem like it would work, but it did. I found it pretty effective. I liked it. It's worth
Sounds
the read.
like you love the prequels now.
This did really smooth out a lot of the problems I have with that. It made the relationships actually make sense, and that you got a better sense of scope and trajectory. So, if you're not a fan of the prequels, but are curious about the story, I mean, this was a really good story.
Are you gonna read the sequel?
What is that called?
Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
You want me to?
just seems weird that you would read the novelization of Revenge of the
Well,
Sith.
I read it for a book club with some friends. So there's one right before, isn't it? Like Labyrinth of Evil.
Labyrinth of Evil.
James Luceno. I think, but
have you ever found a labyrinth of good? Have you ever been in a labyrinth? Like, you know what? I think the construction of this place was pure-hearted. I have never been in a labyrinth and felt safe.
I've been in a corn maze that was fun. Do you think that counts?
I've got lost in a corn maze.
Makes sense.
Whatever.
All right. Oh my gosh, this one. I also finished Cyborg, Volume 2, Danger in Detroit.
Quick question. Do they bring up the point that he's a cyborg in Detroit like RoboCop?
Huh. No, they do not.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
this was such a weird book. This is the second volume of this Rebirth Cyborg run. And
Rebirth.
They just do not know what they're doing with this character and with this run and with this setting. It goes like within the course of one issue. There's like a Rat King, like a Ninja Turtle style
Ninja Turtles Rat King. Yeah.
Sending I thought it was going to be like some sort of like techno rat, but it was just like he was just controlling rats. And like Detroit like rats were like eating Cyborg. And then in the same issue, he's transported to an 8-bit world that he created with a friend, and he has to fight like 8-bit video game monsters. It's just all over the place. I think the 8-bit story would have been fun if we could have just followed that, but it was just like, what happened to the rats? I don't know. It was bad. I don't recommend it.
I had a Ninja Turtles episode on tape where the Rat King like took over an art museum and whatnot.
Yes.
And like at some point they mess with the air conditioning, so the whole like place is filled with snow now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that the one where April is replaces like a princess or something who looks like her?
No.
Okay,
not
well
that
then
episode.
Okay, well then I had a tape that had both of those episodes on it.
Okay.
Classic Ninja Turtles.
I had one where like Donatello ended up, I don't know, they ended up in another dimension and like everything was going to explode, but they found out they had like a kid's toy was the thing.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a few of the tapes.
I would
I
watch
had
the
the
Ninja
pilot.
Turtles. I
I watched the pilot quite a bit.
That show gets weird and trippy though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It goes crazy.
Yeah.
That's it for what I finished. I'm currently reading the Oysterville Sewing Circle by one Susan Wiggs. Susan's going to be here at the library in 1 month's time, and we're going to be talking to her here on the podcast pretty soon to get a little taste of what you can expect when she's here. I'm also reading Lando's Luck by Justina Ireland. This is, a Star Wars book by Justina Ireland, who also is going to be on the podcast here, so keep a listen out for that.
Yeah, but this is Lando from the Solo movie.
It is.
And he's got that dumb robot who's not funny at all.
Sorry.
Do you think that robot's funny?
There are moments that I think are funny, but I do think it's too much.
I think it's too much and tone deaf.
Look, the thing is, the old L. Neil Smith's Lando books, he has this like super sentient droid that hangs out with him. So I think they reference those novels so much in that movie that I thought that they were doing kind of an homage. But the one in the old books does not want to sleep with Lando. But that's the main difference. Anyway, Lando's Luck. And finally, Green Arrow, Hunt for the Red Dragon, the penultimate volume of Mike Grell's run on Green Arrow.
Does this have anything to do with either Hunt for Red October, or the movie/book Red Dragon, the Hannibal Lecter Manhunt book?
Nothing to do with either.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, it's the Red Dragon.
I know.
Did you ever see the movie Manhunt? Brian
No.
Cox plays Hannibal Lecter.
Oh,
at
no,
the
I haven't seen it.
beginning. So Silence of the Lambs, if anything, is a sequel
Interesting.
because Manhunt takes place first.
But didn't they remake Manhunt with
Ed
Anthony
Norton,
Hopkins?
and they called it Red Dragon.
Okay, right.
That's where I come in.
Yes.
with
Okay.
this.
I'm with you now. All right.
I've only ever seen Silence of the Lamb and Manhunt, but
Haven't
Manhunt was on TV.
I haven't seen a
Scared me a
single
little bit.
one of these.
Scared me a
things.
little bit, but also I thought the soundtrack was cool.
Yeah.
It was very 80s,
Oh.
very 80s and synth.
Okay.
At one point, like the main guy who's played by Edward Norton in the second movie, he's just looking out the window while it's raining, and he sees a reflection, and he's like talking to the killer that he can't find, and that synth music's playing. He's like, "Where are you?
Wow.
What are you thinking?" It's
Okay.
like,
That sounds intense.
yeah.
All right. Shall we move into some book news?
What are your thoughts on Blade Runner?
I don't really care about the original.
All right, that was it.
Why did you ask me that?
I don't know. I just wanted to hear you insult Blade Runner.
Oh.
Maybe make some enemies today.
That's it? Wow. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I never watched the new one. Did you watch the Ryan Gosling one?
No.
Was it good?
Nick and Eric, Cynthia
So I'm gonna read about the audio awards.
Oh yeah.
All
this
right,
is
so
the
this
car award?
No.
The Audi is the most reliable vehicle on the
Incorrect.
road in 2020.
25th annual, the 2020 Audi Awards put out by the Audio Publishers Association. Here are the winners. For audio drama, we have Angels in America by Tony Kushner,
Angels in America.
read by Andrew Garfield, Nathan Lane,
And
Susan
what?
Brown, Denise Gow, and a full cast.
Listen, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 2 right now,
Yeah.
and some of the cast from the original Disney movies show up, but they could not apparently get Nathan Lane. And
Oh.
I thought he just did.
Yeah.
Did whatever work came his way. They could get the original Pumbaa,
Yeah.
but they couldn't get Nathan Lane.
And the old Timon and Pumbaa show, only sometimes was Timon voiced by Nathan Lane.
What?
I don't know. Audiobook of the Year. Big one. The Only Plane in the Sky by Garrett M. Graff. An oral history of 9/11, read by Holter Graham and a full cast.
I don't know who Holter Graham is.
Oh, he's a big audiobook reader.
Uh,
Autobiography /
I listen
memoir.
to my audiobooks.
Becoming by Michelle Obama, read by Michelle Obama.
Hey.
Best female narrator went to Marin Ireland for the book Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. Best male narrator went to Robert Bathurst for Louise Penny's The Kingdom of the Blind. Best fantasy audiobook went to
Ooh.
The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex Harrow, read by January Lavoie. I have listened to books read by January Lavoie, and she always does a nice job. She read a lot of the Mary Higgins Clark, that sort of thing.
Okay.
My wife loved this book, actually, as well. City of Girls.
She's just a big fan of Doors.
Yeah. City of Girls for Best Fiction. This is by Elizabeth Gilbert and read by Blair Brown.
City of Girls.
I think that every time. History and Biography went to American Moonshot by Douglas Brinkley and read by Stephen Graybill. More Bedtime Stories for Cynics is the winner in humor. This is an Audible original presented by Nick Offerman. And finally, Literary Fiction and Classics went to Ta-Nehisi Coates' novel The Water Dancer, read by Joe Morton.
Hold me close, water dancer.
Yep.
I don't know the rest.
Would you like to hear any of the young adult winners,
Sure.
Eric?
Hit me with them.
Middle grade went to Charlotte's Web, as read by Meryl Streep.
Oh, right.
And a full cast. Narration by the author or authors went to Elizabeth Acevedo for With the Fire on High. We did a whole spotlight on Poet X for Poetry
Poet X,
Month with
the
Malik last year.
Poet
So you can go listen to that.
Yeah. It's
and
impossible
I
to have parents,
think-
is the lesson I got from that book.
Sci-fi went to Emergency Skin by N.K. Jemisin and read by Jason Isaacs of Star Trek Discovery fame.
Oh, right.
And short story collections went to Joe Hill's Full Throttle, read by Zachary Quinto, Will Wheaton, Kate Mulgrew, and many others.
Jason Isaacs, isn't he also Orn, Ocean Master?
No.
Who am I thinking of?
Yeah, what is that guy's name?
Don't know.
It's not that.
All
Jason Isaacs is also like Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter. and
Okay.
Other things.
I'll tell you in a second.
Thank you. Oh, boy. Thriller and Suspense went to The Institute by Stephen King, read by Santino Fontana. Here it is. Young listeners, the winner was The Pigeon Has to Go to School, written and read by Mo Willems, and the young adult winner, hey kiddo, by Jarrett J. Krasinka, read by Gene Birdsell, Richard Ferrone, and a full cast.
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson, that's it. All right, that's it for the Audio Awards. Anything else in book news you care to talk about, my old friend?
What are you asking me?
What about the old New York Times bestseller list,
Yeah,
buddy?
all right.
What do we got?
Number 10 is The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. In Depression-era Kentucky, 5 women refuse to be cowed by men or a convention as they deliver books. I was going to ask if being cowed means being harassed by cows.
Yeah, I think it does. They're
Like, no, please, I just want to deliver these books. Oh, no. There's so many cows.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. I've been cowed.
Yeah.
Number 9, The Guardians by John Grisham. Cullen Post, a lawyer and Episcopal minister, antagonizes some ruthless killers when he takes on a wrongful conviction case. His way to antagonize them? Cows.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't see that coming. That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
You were way too into that idea.
Sorry.
Number 8, A Long Petal of the Sea by Isabel Allende. A young pregnant widow and an army doctor take a ship to Chile to escape the aftermath of a Spanish Civil War. Intense.
Yeah.
This is going to be a movie.
Yeah, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Don't you think?
It sounds like it.
It just screams movie.
It does.
It's every time you're just looking at the book, it's like, movie!
Yeah, I hear you.
Number 7, Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. Tumult ensues.
You want to try it again?
Ensues.
Tumult
Tumult.
ensues.
Tumult ensues. Ensues.
Yeah.
Tumult ensues.
Yeah.
Help me!
There you go.
Oh, no.
Tumult ensues. I think it's more like tumult, too, anyway.
Problems arise when Alex Chamberlain's babysitter is mistakenly accused of kidnapping her charge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The Dutch House and Patchett.
Mm-hmm.
Sibling relationship is impacted when the family goes from poverty to wealth and back again over the course of many decades.
Like a sad yo-yo.
Like Raging Bull.
Huh.
Rags to riches to rags
you're
story.
Right. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Raging Bull?
Or Rocky. Similar thing happens with Rocky.
Yeah?
Rocky 5, he's just training a street fighter. Terrible movie. No, I haven't seen Raging Bull.
Like a Street Fighter?
Not like Ryu, if that's what you're thinking.
No, or Ken Masters?
No, it's not.
All right.
It's not.
I'll never be able to beat Guile.
Is that, are you doing Stallone?
Yeah.
Wow. That was bad, but it was funny.
Number 5, Golden in Death by J.D. Robb, the 50th book in the Death series. Eve Dallas seeks the sender of packages that give off toxic airborne fumes.
Wow.
Prime suspect, those darn cows.
Pretty serious.
Yeah.
You don't want to be cowed by a cow.
Number 4, 1 Minute Out by Mark Greaney. The 9th book in the Gray Man series. Court Gentry. Gentry?
Gentry.
Like gentry.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this English word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
I appreciate the gentry.
Yeah.
What's gentry mean?
No.
What's it mean to be gentry?
It's like
In English? In old English?
yeah, I mean it's just somebody with like a good social standing.
Yes. All right. Well, court
Oh,
gentry.
a member of the gentry is you know.
Yeah. Well, I do appreciate the gentry.
Yeah.
You were quite gentry.
No, that's wrong.
That tree has a gentry feel about it.
No, you're confusing it with gentle.
Gentry.
Gentle. Different.
Court Gentry tries to stop the heed. Nope. You know what I did there? Let's just take this all from the beginning right now. Number 10. No. Court Gentry tries to stop the head of a group trafficking women and children. I don't know why I turned the word head into heed.
I don't know. I guess all that gentry talk probably just got you in a very proper way.
No one would be like, you know what? That man's part of the gentry.
Yeah.
No,
they would
they'd
not
pick up on
confuse
it.
that. No.
The Silent Patients at number 3. Alec McKillides. Theo Faber looks into the mystery of a famous painter who stopped speaking after shooting her husband. This thing has been here for 38 weeks, and it's moving up.
Ooh. Like the Jeffersons.
Yeah. That's getting more and more dated, man.
The Jeffersons?
Yeah.
They just did a live episode with Jamie Foxx like last year.
All right. I'm just saying.
He screwed it up.
Think about this.
Yeah.
2000, the year 2000
Yeah.
was 20 years ago.
I know when it was.
And how old was the Jeffersons then?
20 years? 30 years?
Now add 20 to that.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Dated.
But now it's becoming classic. It's like an I Love Lucy reference. It's timeless now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Number 2, something that maybe won't become a classic. American Dirt by Jenny Cummings.
Unlikely.
A
to become
bookseller
classic.
flees Mexico for the United States with her son while pursued by the head of a drug cartel. Number 1, this person never has to work again. Never has to work again a day in their life. Where
Okay.
the Crawdads Sings by Delia Owens.
Yeah.
They never have to write again.
Nope.
They can just buy their house in the Caribbean, just wait out their days in the sun,
Yep.
in the surf.
You're absolutely right.
Quiet town in North Carolina coast, 1969. Young woman who survived alone in the marsh becomes a murder suspect, and Delia Owens' bank account, really. 77 weeks here. At number 1. How many copies is that? A week. To stay at number 1 for 77 weeks.
People are still buying it.
Yeah.
Just come to your local library. Check it out.
I wish Reese Witherspoon would promote anything I do.
Yeah.
I wish she would retweet me
That's
or be like, hey, check out his Twitch page.
that makes total sense. Yeah.
It would just really help my
She's got
life.
a big reach. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Well, if she's listening, maybe she will.
you think so?
Yeah.
You think Reese Witherspoon's listening?
Why
Should
not?
we make fun of...
Everybody's got to commute.
That's
You know?
that's true.
Should we say something good about Reese Witherspoon?
I laughed a lot when I first saw Legally Blonde.
Huh.
I thought it was a funny movie at the time.
I saw the one with Chris Pine.
No, not the spy movie.
You don't want me to say that?
The Spy vs. Spy. This means
Okay.
war. No.
The one with
you can't think of one nice thing
Sweet-
to say about Reese Witherspoon.
I can't think of a Reese Witherspoon movie that I've liked. No,
Legally Blonde?
I don't have any.
She's like a sweetheart.
I don't have any
She seems so
attachment.
nice. You like Big
to-
Little Lies?
I like the book. I didn't watch the show.
Oh, dang. Reese Witherspoon, please retweet me,
No,
though.
you lost it. You
Oh,
lost
no.
it. You lost it because you can't think about it.
Tell everybody about my blog. Reese Witherspoon, please. I have a YouTube page.
Stupid.
Tell them
so
about Radio
stupid.
64, Reese Witherspoon. I need this.
All right. Was that it?
Yeah, that's the only movies. What about Sweet Home
No, I
Alabama
forgot.
with Josh
What was-
Lucas?
Yeah, that's okay. What was number 1 again to that?
Where the Crawdads sing.
Yeah, it was just Crawdad. Okay.
Yeah, that's
All
how
right.
we were talking about Reese Witherspoon.
No, I know, but then we got so far away from it, I couldn't really remember
it's
if that
part,
was.
it's, I mean, it's got the stamp. It just says Reese's Book Club.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still kind of shocked that Reese Witherspoon was able to just be like, this is my book club pick. I did not realize that she had like a book club reach. Didn't
I liked her on Friends.
Reese Witherspoon?
She played Rachel's sister on Friends.
Uh-huh.
I did think she was very funny on that.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. You know what? I'm going to start an Eric's book club.
Okay.
And we're going to see some
I'll join it.
pull there.
All right. Well, you know what? I have a different kind of book club that you might want to participate in.
Go on.
It's a Lonely Hearts book club.
Lonely Hearts Book Club with Nick and Eric.
That was the song, too.
I know.
We had a song.
So if you're new to the podcast, let me just fill you in on some of the zany antics that happen here in the Lonely Hearts Book Club. I run a report, and I find a book that's never circulated, or it circulated so long ago that it predates the computer age.
Yep.
And so at this point, I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't even count. Yeah, think about this. The year 2000 was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When do you think like the computer age started?
I think this library digitized in about 2002. So that's later than you thought, isn't it? Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to say like the 80s.
I know. Yeah.
But all right, well then, there you go.
Yep. Anyway, I find a book that has no
That
known
fell apart.
circulation, and we take a look at it and we decide, was
Yeah.
this just missed?
Mhm.
Does it deserve?
Nick and I have both used this book club once or twice to read a book
Yeah.
from it. I read The Wolfen.
Yeah, I read Harry's Last Tax Cut and had a crazy time with that
Yeah.
book.
Did you read another one too?
I read Blake's Therapy.
But didn't you read Blake's Therapy?
Well,
No, didn't
can't
you read the
remember.
one with Nixon? And,
I read a bunch of Nixon Carver. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I sat down and read the whole thing.
Okay.
But I think Harry's Last Tax Law is the only one that I've ever actually really knuckled down and read.
Mhm.
Just the Wolfen for you, right?
Gosh, maybe. I
guess
feel like
we'll-
there was something else.
I guess we'll have to see how this next one goes because
All right.
my selection for today is Elvis, Live at 5, a novel. So on the cover, we have a very,
Goodness.
what do you think about this? Do you like this cover?
No.
Okay.
You remember those like bad YA book covers I
Yes.
brought up?
Yes.
That's what it looks
I
like.
know.
Is this an adult book?
It is an adult book, yes. So you've got, but John Paxson is the author. The cover has like a grainy, it looks like, like it's an old TV or something, but a grainy lined picture of Elvis Presley's eye and hairline
Mm-hmm.
in like green, what kind of font do you call this? It's like I don't know,
I mean, it
an
looks like an alarm
or-
clock.
Yeah.
I think it's trying to go for that like overclocked font that you find on
Okay.
on like a publisher now. But yeah,
Right.
that's just if you've ever looked at an alarm clock, you've seen
From
this
like
font.
the 80s. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So what this book is, let me tell you. Let me tell you
And
a
it's
little
that
bit about it.
green. Oh,
Oh,
the inside
cover's
cover's that
so
green.
So green. Original cover price $22.95.
Ugh.
Original date of publication 2002. This is one of the newer books that we've covered.
This book came out,
I know, in 2002.
and people just kept passing.
It
on
looks like
Now,
1985.
So we know then that has never checked out.
You're right. Yes,
That
you're
is
right about
official.
that.
In
Well,
18 years, it's just
feel
set.
Feel it. It is the tightest binding.
It is crisp.
It is
These pages are
fighting
white.
to stay closed.
These are pure as the driven snow.
Yeah, I feel very confident. The official All the Books ruling is that this book has never even been leafed through. Wouldn't
Oh,
you say?
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone is like
18 years. 18 years. This book
Mm-hmm.
is old enough to go to war. What do you
That
think about that? Is
wow.
that true?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, that book,
Can
that
this
cover,
book buy cigarettes?
not anymore.
Okay.
They raised the age.
Oh, that's
I believe
good.
that's
All
up to 21, right?
Wow. Okay, I think so. All right.
How
Anyway.
are they legal? How
I
are
don't-
cigarettes
I have
legal?
No idea. I
Um,
don't know.
This book cover,
Yeah.
it's like if this came out in 2002, this book cover is 4 years too late to
What?
doing that. Like that is something you see on like a kid's like a Juve series in 1998.
Yeah.
Like look out, here come the reattachments.
All right, Elvis Live at 5. First, they created the ultimate talk show host.
What?
Now-
Is this
now-
a Simone situation? What was that
now
Al Pacino
all
movie?
they-
What was that Al
I
Pacino
don't know.
movie where he made like the fake actress computer
Yeah.
person. It's
Yeah.
Simone, right?
Now all they need to do is create the ultimate news story. Elvis Live at 5 is a riveting drama about the people, and in this case, a dead rock idol, behind the news. The novel takes place at a television station that accidentally finds itself on the cutting edge of information technology. And what a dangerous place that turns out to be. Nick Upton, news manager of KVGO-TV in Dallas, thought the newsroom was a jungle before his ruthless new boss took over. Then, a computer geek shows Nick how to boost the ratings, let a technologically advanced virtual Elvis have his own show. Soon, Elvis lives again for millions of viewers. But who controls Elvis? Well, it was the Colonel. When Elvis was alive, it was Colonel Tom Parker. Wouldn't let him do anything. Wouldn't let him go on tour. Wouldn't let him have friends. Very, very controlling man. Villainous man.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, who controls Elvis? And are those people at all interested in truth and broadcasting? Well, probably not.
Yeah.
To what lengths will they go to keep their profits rolling in? As Nick Upton fights for what he believes in, not only is his own life threatened, but so is the future of the truth as we know it.
All right. A contemporary satire on Hollywood, Simone is the story of a delusional producer who creates the first totally believable synthetic actress, Simone. However, swept up by her instant success, including the major singing career, the producer cannot bear to admit his fraud to the world or himself. August 23rd, 2002.
Wow. So neck and neck.
Neck and neck.
Oh
They
my
were competing.
goodness. First edition, August 2002. Right there.
What is happening?
Oh my gosh. It's like when everybody made Penguin movies.
Why does my brain have space to remember the Al Pacino movie Simone?
I don't know.
That I've never seen.
It's a great pull, though. I'll tell you that. Scathing, funny, and
The
frighteningly
only man
close to the
killed
bone.
for having low ratings.
Elvis Live at 5 is a brave preview of a whole new world.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say it's a new fantastic point of view?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I
All
would
right.
say I have also seen the preview of this new world on TV in 2002 for the film Simone, starring Rachel Roberts as the character Simone.
All right, from the back cover. Oh, well, I've never seen this before. There's a special blurb in an all-black bar on the back that says, "This book has not been authorized, endorsed, approved, or sponsored by the heirs, estate, or successors of Elvis Presley."
Jeez.
In case you thought this was an official Elvis,
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
Praise for John Paxson's Elvis Live at 5 is a chilling, cautionary tale. John Paxson blends his insider's knowledge of broadcast journalism together with his obviously fertile imagination to create a vivid, thought-provoking page-turner.
Yeah.
That is from Mary Jane Clark, author of Let Me Whisper in Your Ear and the Key News series.
Mm-hmm.
So, for a little context, it does make sense for Mary Jane Clark to give a blurb because she writes similar stuff, but probably
Right.
better stuff.
Not so original that Andrew Nicole didn't also do the same concept.
In the movie
he
Simone.
wrote, directed, and produced Simone.
Wow.
So
John Paxson was the vice president of Europe and bureau chief CBS News London, where he was responsible for news coverage of Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia. What do you think about that?
okay.
He was born in Minnesota.
Yeah. Listen to this cast: Winona Ryder, Catherine Keener, and Evan Rachel Woods. It's not bad.
For Simone?
Yeah.
Do you want to watch Simone?
Don't.
Say the word.
No.
All right.
Oh my gosh, Jay Moore's in it. I'm out.
Oh, boy.
I'm out.
Oh, boy. I did kind of like the sitcom Gary Unmarried, and I'm not going to apologize
Well, I
for it.
kind of liked the movie Polly as a kid. About the parrot
Oh, yeah.
goes
Yeah.
on an adventure. He
With what's
voiced
her name? Haley Cat Eisenberg.
the Pepsi girl.
Yeah, the Pepsi girl.
Yeah.
Sister of Jesse Eisenberg.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was also in Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
I've wasted my life.
I guess so. You should have played the little girl in Bicentennial Man.
Jason Schwartzman's in this movie?
London.
Rebecca Romaine? Look, I guess I'm just gonna. I might end up watching Simone
All right.
at a really low point in my life.
It is dark and cold. This is like kind of a prologue. London, January 11th. It is dark and cold this morning in London. Midwinter and a soft rain is smearing against the windows of the flat where I'm living.
Smearing.
Smearing.
Yeah. Who doesn't love the word smearing?
The tide is in, and the broad, muddy wash of the Thames is high, but no boats are on the river yet. It's
And
too
I
early.
fall
A police car hurries across a bridge, its bright lights bouncing off the black water in a distorted slash of slanting blues and whites. And I'm not digging this so far.
Keep going. We're in it. This is the segment.
I know, but I want
Unless you want to talk about Simone some more.
No, I don't.
Simone some more.
No, but I think
That
I'm
could have been
gonna
the sequel.
I think I'm going to skip to chapter 1.
Oh, we yeah.
That was a prologue.
Ugh.
Yeah, okay.
You start your prologue with the word smear?
That's what I'm saying. It's not good, John Paxson. Okay, chapter 1. It was a conversation with a dead movie star that got it all started. That's not a terrible first line.
It's a little trite.
Oh, there you go again. There you go again. Mr. $2 word over there. The first time I ever laid eyes on Duncan Gelder, the man who was to loom so large in my own future, he was having a chat with Marilyn Monroe. And even though Marilyn had been dead for longer than most could remember, it wasn't a one-sided conversation. Marilyn was talking back. That's what stopped me, jarring me out of an otherwise normal day. If only I'd known then, had some hint. But life is seldom that generous. I heard it as I was walking down the hallway towards the television newsroom. It was coming from one of the small video editing rooms. I love you, Duncan Gelder. A woman's voice, breathy, sultry, somehow familiar. And I love you, a man's voice answering, tentative, a little nervous, but a man's voice, nevertheless. The conversation was so odd and so out of place that I slowed to listen. I mean, hearing someone say they love you is not that.
Yeah, how out of place.
As I passed the door, the woman spoke again. Are you sure Duncan loves me? That was the line that got me. I knew that voice.
Ooh.
Everyone knew that voice. The problem was, as far as I knew, Marilyn Monroe was still quite dead.
Everybody knows Marilyn Monroe's voice? Do an impression of Marilyn Monroe.
No.
Why?
Duncan loves you more than love itself.
Isn't it just kind of like breathy?
Yeah, it's like sultry.
If you played a clip of Marilyn Monroe in Some Like It Hot right now, I wouldn't be able to tell you that I just heard Marilyn Monroe.
I think if they played like Happy Birthday, Mr. President or something.
Yeah,
something
all right,
iconic
that's
maybe.
sure.
But I think normally you would just assume somebody's doing a take on that, like a breathy, like Hollywood 50s bombshell.
You know what's an iconic line?
What?
I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
That's
pretty
good.
That's pretty good line.
Pretty good. Duncan loves you more than love itself, the man was saying, Marilyn purring. How much is that?
Are we just reading about a guy having an affair with a computerized Marilyn Monroe right now?
Maybe.
Not having a good time myself.
I eased open the edit bay door. In the dim blue light, a large man with a thick neck and ratty, thinning hair.
Yeah, of course.
Had his arms out wide, an ice cream bar in one hand.
What? What are we reading?
I don't know. He was talking to a television set. This much, he was saying. Duncan Gelder loves you this much.
Ugh.
Marilyn Monroe was gazing back from the screen, her eyes dancing, her mouth drawn into a half smile. Ooh, I like that.
Her eyes dancing? Have you seen Some Like It Hot? She can barely keep her eyes open.
She puckered her red lips and blew a wet kiss.
Ew.
That's for my baby, Duncan.
This guy's way too descriptive.
Friend of yours? I said quietly. The man's large bulk jerked in surprise, and he fumbled at the buttons on the console in front of him, freezing Marilyn's image on the screen. He swiveled around awkwardly in the chair, a startled expression on his face. His T-shirt had bits of chocolate on it. Interesting conversation, I offered. Marilyn Monroe, he said, hunching his shoulders uncomfortably towards the television set and blinking his thyroidal eyes.
Maybe when Wayne Knight actually reads these lines, it'll be funnier.
Well, I know it will be funnier when that happens. This is
Do you think that kind of automation is cheap or easy?
I want to find... I just want to find Elvis dialogue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you knew it was it? Was it talking about peanut butter banana sandwiches?
No. Chapter 8. Hello, my name is Elvis.
Okay, of course. Yeah, I wonder why
The stagehand peered uncertainly into the camera, his bearded face tattooed with red lighted squares from the projector in front of him. My mama back home in Tennessee sent me this letter.
That's your best Elvis?
Cut it. I wasn't doing an Elvis.
Well, you need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut it. I stared at the man, feeling an unreasonable anger at his inability to pretend to be someone else. Elvis isn't from Tennessee. Where'd you get that? The stagehand squirmed on the wooden stool. Man, I wasn't even born. Next. Felicity, the assignment editor with a quarterback in her past, stepped forward from a small knot of newsroom people. Her hair was ginger red this week. She grinned self-consciously and tugged at her short black skirt as she climbed into the stool, crossing her legs demurely and hooking a high heel over a wooden rung. I patted her on the shoulder. Okay, Felicity, it's just an audition. You okay? The woman nodded nervously. Felicity's up next. So I guess maybe they're just...
doing impressions of Elvis Presley?
Guess, yeah, at this point. Yeah.
We're hiring Nick here to be Elvis.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Okay.
I can't do an Elvis Presley impression.
All right, let's see. I'm jumping a little forward.
Hey, what would Elvis Presley say if like he was on a surfboard, but the wave that was coming was too big?
Oh, that's a big hunka wave. Is that what you're looking for? Something like that?
Something like
All
that.
right. Oh, man. That's a whopper. All right. Here we go. I think I got some.
Hold on, little mama.
Oh, come on now.
We're going to ride this wave out. Do the monkey.
Well, now it's just Johnny Bravo.
Well, what do you want from me?
I'm a dancer, romancer.
Man, I'm pretty.
Back in the control room, Jolene readjusted her headset. Ready animation, she said. Ready cameras 1 through 5. Ready Elvis remote 1. Let's make sure we get this
It
right,
was activated.
everybody.
All
And
right.
3, 2, 1. Take music. Take animation. The sounds of Heartbreak Hotel filled the darkened control room as a montage of Elvis photos flooded across the screen. And fade music, said Jolene. Cue announcer. A man's deep voice from KVGO. It's Elvis Presley. And ready to cue Elvis? Jolene's voice was flat and unhurried. And ready camera 1 and take camera 1. In front of her, the living, breathing face of Elvis Presley filled the screen. Hey there, folks, said Elvis. It's real good to see you all again. And ready 2, said the director. And take 2. Under his voice, and so no one could hear her, Jolene looked at the screen and whispered, "Welcome back." Because Elvis is back.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's weird.
This is it feels like a really bad book.
On Goodreads, it has a rating of 2.25
Ooh, yikes.
out of a total of 4 ratings.
Oh, wow. Not a well-read book, I guess.
No
then.
one
This
has
is not-
deemed to give this a review.
Okay.
Just, you got 3 2-stars, and then in 2009, I got a 3-star review to bump it up to 2.5.
Oh, pretty good. I think this would have been like weird and dated in 2002.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I think we would all been like, let's just go see Simone.
Let's just go watch the movie Simone.
Yeah.
I think this was, this cover, you're right about this cover.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's like a big hardcover release. Who published this? Thomas Dunn Books. It's St. Martin's Press. St. Martin's Press.
Yeah, it's
legit.
crazy dated for
legit.
2002. It looks like crud. It would have looked like, this green is absolutely horrendous. I mean, you're not supposed to judge a book by a cover, but I feel like this cover gives you a pretty good idea what you're going to get.
I agree.
Why the green?
I don't know.
Why not red?
I don't know.
Why not?
Why would you? Why are you doing in this weird like alarm clock font
Yeah.
too? I don't understand that.
Why not like something to do with Elvis?
I think I would have leaned into the Elvis a little bit more than.
Yeah.
I'm sure the cover art killed it, and even the spine. Look at that spine. Would
Listen,
you ever pick
August
that up?
2002, I was turning 16. I didn't care about this stuff anyway.
Okay.
I in 2002, gosh, we just had Spider-Man that summer.
Yeah.
We just had Attack of the Clones. Some of All Fears, Men in Black 2, the Powerpuff Girls movie. I was seeing
I
that.
never saw that.
I saw Men in Black 2 and Powerpuff Girls the same day.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention to you the Elvis fiction that you should be reading.
The Blue Suede Clues.
Yes. Daniel Klein's Elvis Presley Mystery Series, where Elvis Presley himself becomes a reluctant sleuth. And
Yep.
the titles include 2000's Kill Me Tender,
Mm-hmm.
2002, so this came out when this book
It was
came out.
competing, yeah.
Blue Suede Clues.
Mm-hmm.
Book 3 from 2003, Viva Las Vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Book 4 from 2004,
Mhm.
Such Vicious Minds.
Yeah.
I think they were caught in a
Yeah.
trap.
All right.
Couldn't walk out. Those are genuinely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They are a lot of fun to read.
Mhm.
So go find Daniel Klein's Elvis Presley Mystery Series. But I'm going to say, I think Elvis Live at 5 is probably I think the people of Wellsville made the right choice
What if
in letting that
Al
lie.
Pacino was playing the guy in charge of this as well?
Obviously, I would see it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would.
Yeah.
I saw Jack and Jill in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Why wouldn't you say that you saw The Irishman in theaters? That sounds more artistic.
Well, it does, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Like, if Al Pacino
Yeah.
was the star of this, I probably
Yeah.
would have seen it because of...
Yeah.
I was even... yeah.
What would Elvis sound like if he was driving down the highway, like an empty highway,
Okay.
but he got a flat tire and he doesn't have a spare?
Oh, man. That popped. You like that? I'm gonna patch that up with a little fried peanut butter and nana. Mash it right in there.
Oh, man, that popped. Okay.
All right.
That's
So, If you
That's the
decide
line,
if
yeah.
you decide that you want to check out Elvis is Live at 5 by John Paxson, it will be here down in the stacks at the David A. Howe Public Library here in Wellsville, New York. So and if you do read it, if you've ever read it, or if you are John Paxson, please contact us at all the book show and tell us, just what was going through your mind.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
We've had this book since 2002. You can use a little love.
I can make you a solemn promise.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I'm the director of this library, Elvis Live at 5 will be here.
Yeah, I'm
on
surprised
the
you
shelf.
haven't moved it upstairs
On
from the
the
stacks.
shelf.
Put a little news sticker on
Yeah.
it. You should
All
do
right.
that. You should bring it upstairs, put a news sticker on it, and see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Good idea.
blow people's minds.
Now it might seem retro.
Right?
Now it kind of looks like,
Yeah.
like a fun
Yeah,
sci-fi.
18
but
years. No, it's the crispest pages you'll ever see.
Yeah.
It's like
it's really true.
it's wonderful.
It's really true. All right. Well, in real news, in library news, I want to mention that rock band Harry and the Potters are going to be here on March 24th.
They're going to be playing
a
Little Less Conversation.
no, that's Elvis.
Hound Dog.
No, you're thinking of Elvis.
Jailhouse Rock.
You're thinking of Elvis. So if you're a fan, come on down. We'd love to have you. And if you want to hear more about Harry Potter, all you have to do is dive into the All the Books archives for episode 98, Harry Potter and the Podcaster's Spotlight. You can
that was a
find
pretty
it
good
there.
title, right?
It was a great title. Yeah.
Podcaster Spotlight.
Brilliance.
It's
it was
like
brilliance.
It's like
yeah.
enough of an awkward title to feel like a Harry Potter title.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Anyway, join us for Harry and the Potters on March 24th. We hope we hope you can see you there. Yeah. And remember, we've got Susan Wiggs coming at the end of April for National Library Week. So stop in and check out her books. Join us for a book club. Hope you'll join us for that.
We
as
also
well.
have Elvis Presley himself coming, but he'll
No.
only be there digitally.
Oh.
So don't
A live at
it's
5
like
situation.
it's like a Skype call.
Do you have a favorite Elvis movie that you want to share with the people?
His cameo in Walk the Line.
Oh, okay. All right. My real favorite Elvis movie,
Yeah.
Change of Habit.
Oh, okay.
Elvis and Mary
I thought it'd
Tyler
be Blue
Moore.
Hawaii.
Pretty good. Blue Hawaii has Angela Lansbury in it.
Hmm.
So there's that. Viva Las Vegas, also really good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite Elvis song? I know you don't much care about
Burn in
Elvis,
Love.
but Burn in Love.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good choice. What was that?
That was the hunka burning love.
Okay, yeah, I remember now. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week on the All the Book Show. Anything else you want to add?
I guess Lilo and Stitch would be my favorite Elvis movie.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah. Yours
That
is
is
probably
fair.
Rockadoodle.
I love Rockadoodle. I love Rockadoodle. All right, we'll see you
He's a
next time.
country singer?
Yeah, it's Glenn Campbell voiced
So
Rockadoodle.
but he dresses like Elvis.
Yeah.
No, he's a country singer.
Yeah, but I mean, he's kind of starts that way, but he ends up very like 70s Elvis.
Okay, now you can say goodnight.
Rockadoodle.
Tell everybody about my blog. Reese Witherspoon, please. I have a YouTube page.
Stupid.